Good morning. It's Geri Atrik after having taken a couple of days off. But I wanted to follow up on a turn of river that where my grandfather's farm was is now a shopping center on the High Ridge Road part of it, and on Turn of River Road, which paralleled High Ridge Road, are all condominiums. So there's no evidence that there was ever a farm there. Then I wanted to talk about other neighbors that we had. Next door to us, there was a man by the name of Ted Royal Dewar, and the stage name was Ted Royal, but he was an orchestrator for many of the musicals on Broadway, among them Brigadoon, Paint Your Wagon, and he also orchestrated Ethel Merman's famous song, There's No Business Like Show Business. So he was the next house, and then right down the street was the Adrian's family, and one of the daughters married Paul Douglas, the movie actor. And directly across the street from us was the June family, an old Stanford name. There's a June Road. And Harold June was Admiral Byrd's radio operator on the trip to the Antarctic. And next to the Junes was a Broadway star by the name of William Gaxton, who went from vaudeville, silent movies to star of Broadway in the 30s and 40s. And he was, he loved my grandmother. And any time that he had guests, he would bring them over to meet her. And there were three that I remember. One was Mary Bryan, who was a star of movies and also of Broadway, but mostly movies. And she went from silent films to talkies, etc. Another was Billy Gaxton's partner on the stage, Victor Moore, who, I mean, if you Google him, you'll see all the films and theater that he did. And the most famous being Ethel Merman, who I think Billy was in one of her plays on musicals on Broadway. But anyway, they were good friends, and he brought her over there to meet my grandmother. And he lived in a house that was built during the Depression by a Dr. Forehand, who I don't think he ever lived there, but he spent a lot of money on digging lakes, and he made this mount where he finally built the house, and he owned a toothpaste company called Foreign's Toothpaste Company. And that was sort of the distinguished neighborhood that we were in. I mean, Turner River Road can't be more than 2 miles long, if that. And there were so many, prominent people that lived there where my grandfather's farm was. So that's my little thought for today. Bye-bye.